Wait, why am I not I thought I was doing my pandemic story. Hi, my name's Josh. This is my pandemic story. When I first started doing audio, I was about 12 years old and started going to the Adventure Foursquare Church. I remember I was sitting in worship, just listening, but not really understanding kind of how things were happening. After one of the services, I asked the pastor, Pastor Eric, what was going on with the sound that day. He actually, I feel like, was a little triggered, not knowing that this was a studio engineer, knowing everything about sound that I did not even understand, took me under his wing. He started teaching me on weekends and on Sundays after and before church, just all the ins and outs of what audio actually means. Very quickly there, I became the lead sound person and the lead mixer on Sundays. I just learned so much and just enjoyed a lot of what I did. Years went on and I wasn't sure if I was gonna join the military or go and study something else. I love animals, I love math. There's just so many opportunities out there. I was just lost. One day, it was just like this overwhelming feeling and peace came over me that like, this is what I was called to do. Pretty quickly there, I found out about a really high-end school based out of Phoenix, Arizona. And 2 months after graduation, I moved out of Utah. I believe that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. School was a blast. This place was open 24/7. I felt like more so than most of my classmates, I just loved the craft. I remember I would go to school early in the morning, I'd go to work after that, and then I'd go to school till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning recording studio sessions with amazing artists. After that, I was actually getting ready to go on an internship for a company, being told by my counselors and other teachers that studio work was the way to go. In live sound, I would never make it. Concerts, live productions, just doing it on the spot was my calling. I got accepted by the second largest touring company in our nation. It's amazing. Worked there for about a year. So going off and doing audio, I feel like it was the best decision I've ever made. I got to meet amazing artists, got to meet people even as cool as Bill Nye the Science Guy. Then 2020 hit. My last big shows, I was on the campaign trail with Bernie Sanders, just seeing how his shows were going and helping him do his concerts and his events. I heard about COVID when I was in Washington. Talking to my boss at the time, we just weren't sure where this path was going to take us. So I flew back home to San Diego, California. Very quickly after that, COVID really hit. There was no work, especially in my industry. It was very frustrating, not only not having a job, but the mindset that people were starting to have and just the aggressiveness and the abrasiveness people had with each other. I'm so used to having events where everyone's loving on each other and just having an amazing time, and can't have that anymore. It really, I feel like, messed with my mental state. It really kind of changed my personality, and more things negative started happening in my life. I lost my home in San Diego. I lost the person I was with at the time, and it was just miserable. Almost in that misery, I felt like it brought me closer to God and what He is. And I just screamed out, like, just, Lord, help me. What do I do right now? There was a calling for me to come back to Utah, where I'm from and where I learned to do audio. I kind of argued with that. I didn't want to do it at first, but after about a month going back and forth with something in my heart that I knew I needed to change, I finally made the decision to come back. Within 3 days of coming back, I came back to the adventure, and with open arms, they accepted me. Not only to come back into my role, but just the love and support saying, I am there for you. And I didn't have that when this all first hit. That's honestly been probably the hardest part. Coming back to the adventure, they just accepted me with open arms. I don't feel like I've had that support or that love or just somebody saying it's okay since all this has happened, since even before COVID. Coming back to the adventure, I mean, I've just had really great mentors just taking me under their wing. I've had people left and right just supporting me, asking me if I do need help, asking me whether it's financial or emotional help or just reading the Bible and be just coming closer to God. It's been an eye-opener, honestly. I feel like I've distracted myself being busy or being depressed or angry sometimes, and just have really lost sight of really the main person that's there for you, the Holy Spirit. It's been great. I feel like just this new energy, new life with me. I can wake up in the morning and smile, even in all of this, even still technically not having a job and not being in the same lifestyle that I was. What I would tell others during this pandemic, God doesn't give you any more than you can handle. Things aren't as bad as they seem. A lot of the times it's what's needed for you to realize what you need to next and to have that joy of knowing that you're okay. You got this. You can handle this. With this pandemic and everything that's been happening recently, I believe God is showing me a lot of things. One of those things is having this family here, that there is people there for you. Showing me the joy of my craft. Showing me that that's not lost yet. And being able to help and support other people also. Me being back here is just more and more of a reason to give back to the church as much as I can. I know that not only this place, but many other places in ministry need people that are hungry for this knowledge like I am, or people that just want to be there for people. There's help that's needed, especially on technical sides of things. This stuff's scary. I mean, what does this do, right? But it just takes reaching out. It just takes wanting that knowledge, wanting that support. And there's so many people out there like me that would love to teach you, like Eric taught me in the very beginning. I don't think I would be here if it was for that pastor, and he's with God now. But I still think he's shown me things here and there, you know? But yeah, please, if you're hungry, be loud, be open about whatever that is. And there's plenty of us around that would love to show you what to do.